What's up, guys? What dudes do I look up to? What dudes? Who dudes do I look up to? Yes, I am kind of bundled up in bed right now. I haven't been feeling well all day. I like being all cozy and like my little corner with my pillows and my little fluff blanket. Alright, I'm gonna talk about male role models. Who is my role model? That sounds like a pretty simple question, right? Like, what dude do I look up to? Obviously, my dad. My dad's like my hero. In many aspects of my life, my dad is my role model. I could totally look up to him. On the other hand, as a young trans guy, my dad isn't trans. And neither are most men in my life who could be a role model. It's a really delicate topic because, like, my dad, I do want to be like him and I do want to grow up and I hope I look like him because my dad's very handsome. Like, he's bringing sexy back. So I hope that when I'm 50, I make being bald look as awesome as my dad does. I've been thinking about this all week. And I'm like, damn. At the end of the day, it all comes down to I'm trans. I don't really have one. Even though I feel like a boy, I can't relate to any of them because of the whole body thing. We have a completely different life experience than cis men. Cisgendered, in case you don't know, it means like somebody who identifies as the same gender that their body is. It's a nice alternative to normal guy. I can't fully relate to cisgendered men for, obvious reasons. I am never going to know what it's like to, share a story of like, ooh, how old were you when you had your first hard-on? Do you have any embarrassing hard-on stories? Like, that's never gonna happen for me. Yes, I can understand, and I will understand it completely, get those kind of jokes and discussions on a way that, like, most girls I can imagine can't, because I am a boy. It's like a paraplegic talking to a group of friends about, like, a race, like a running race. Like, they can totally understand it, but they just haven't experienced it, you know what I mean? Wait, is paraplegic right? I don't know if that means you're, like, somebody who... Whatever, I'll work on my metaphors. That being said, I realize we don't really have a lot of openly trans. I mean, I wish we lived in a culture where we could have role models. I mean, as a trans person, we really we need role models who understand what it's like to be a boy who's experienced life as a girl. And when you really think about it, unfortunately, we've been raised as girls. We've been socialized as girls. We freaking menstruate and go through all of that stuff. I can't talk about this to my buddies and stuff because they won't understand it and it'll seem really freaking weird. Ultimately, there are guys I wish I looked like, and there are people like my dad who's like morals and stuff and like how he acts and what he does with his life. Like, I hope I'm half a man as he is and I look up to those things. But I can't find anyone that I really look at this grown-up person and say, that guy as a kid was me. No, I don't really have any of those. So, kind of a depressing answer, but we gotta shape this world the way we want to, I hope that there are some people out there who are bold enough to be able to go and be a role model. Like, if you're gonna be famous, an author, something, I hope that there are people in our generation who feel comfortable being out there, being role models for future generations, because I wish I had somebody who's like, yeah, that's me. That's what I think about role models. But my parents probably will watch this, and Dad, I just want to say, like, so that was like 4, I wanted to grow up to be like you. And I mean, you really are my hero. And I feel like I'm already a lot like you. And every time I find like a parallel, it makes me really freaking happy. So I guess that means that you are my role model. But talking about having to have a period every month, you don't want to relate to that, Dad. You don't. Alright, guys. good luck in your search of personal role models, my friends, and I will see you next week. Sayonara.